Okay. Are we live? We are live. Okay. Cool. Okay. And then I gotta go to my previous videos and then copy that. Hello, everybody. Hello. Extra stream. Read all about it. Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome in. Commands, new vid commands. Hi everybody, you guys, welcome in everybody. We are gonna start very soon. Let me just make sure all the commands are good, and then make sure you guys !new vid, go to the new YIXUAN early access guide, go comment, because we're gonna watch it. Put it in the background, 0.25 speed, go comment, go like. We're gonna watch it together, and I'll give you guys the director's cut. We're gonna do director's cut for YIXUAN early access today, baby. That is what we're doing right now. So go over, go comment, go like, run it in the background. Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. I know it is late. Hello everybody. Hello, welcome back for a second stream. Hello, how's it going? Let me just go over here, and then let me turn on the music, and then let me just like skirt over there. Perfect. And then let me lower you. Hi everybody, welcome in, go comment, go like our new video. Go YIXUAN early access guide right now. YIXUAN right now. Go check it out. Big video. Hell yeah, chat. Like goal, you know what, our like goal, I'm thinking instead of 1,000, I want 2,000. I want 2,000 likes. Nice transition. Oh my gosh, thank you for noticing. Oh my god, somebody actually noticed the transitions. Yo, just for y'all. Okay. Cool. Chat, go to the video right now. Go comment. Go to the video right now. Go comment. Go like. You streaming late? Yeah, I am streaming late. It is super late, but I'm here because I want to show the early access content. It's damage. And then let me just go back here. Okay. Yo, what's up, Crush? I just restarted stream. Yeah. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to stream. Hello. I just started to be hero. Oh, nice, dude. Hello, everybody. Early access is now, folks. Early access now. Go like the video right now. Put it in the background. Was about to watch the video. We're gonna do master director's cut right now, Murasaki. So put it in the background, and we're gonna watch it together. Yeah. We're gonna watch it together, chat. We're gonna watch it together. Okay, let me just do that, and then that's good. All right, chill. All right, chat, let me know if you can hear this. Man, have you tried this new game out? It's called Genshin Impact. Yeah, dude, I heard it's pretty good. Can you guys hear that? Yeah? All right, cool. Chill. All right, for sure. All right, are you guys ready? Are you guys flipping ready, dude? Oh yeah, you know what? I should put this on Hoya Lab. Hold up. I wonder if I'm logged into Hoya Lab low-key. Hold on, give me a sec. Let me just like skirt. I'm gonna do this on Hoya Lab right now. Alright. Yo, what's up? Welcome in to Zinch. Welcome in. I saw you earlier. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. King Oz, Murasaki, Usa-chan, Pugs, Iron T-Bone, Crunch, Munchkin Man, Moz, welcome in. Mo. Not the real Mo. Khalil, welcome in. Ice Boy, Frank, welcome in. Stay, welcome in. It's been a minute. Hi, how's it going? Suna Moers, welcome in. Jshoea, Kananov, welcome in. Huge Ass, Friskies, welcome in. YouTube, almost a fool, welcome in. YouTube, where we at? Buddy, welcome in. Linda Gamer, welcome in. Hi folks. Codename Compass, Twitching, Bright Green, welcome in. Hi folks, how's it going? How's it going? We gotta start watching, chat. Yo, what's up, Leo? Welcome in, man. We gotta start watching. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Bro, you gotta check this chick out. Her name is Ningguang. She is beautiful.
Yeah, man. Super happy for you.
But dude, they made her an A tier with this beautiful design and cool attacks.
I wonder what would happen if they made her a 5-star character. Where'd the pixel go? Oh shit. Bruh.
Man, have you tried this new game out? It's called Genshin Impact.
Bruh.
Yeah, dude, I heard it's pretty good. Who's your favorite character? Bro, you gotta check this chick out. Her name is Ningguang. She is beautiful.
Yeah, man. Super happy for you.
But dude, they made her an A tier with this beautiful design and cool attacks.
I wonder what would happen if they made her a 5-star character.
Welcome to our early access
W
guide to
montage,
Jshoea.
W fucking
bring y'all this guide.
montage. Actually, LeBron Jams. Holy shit. Actually, bro. Holy. We got 25 minutes of cinema, chat. We got 25 minutes of cinema. Lock in. Lock the fuck
Tell you a
in.
bit more about the new content in 2.0. Slight
Minato,
disclaimer
we're
before we
watching
begin, as this
early
content is
access
coming from the
YIXUAN.
server, its information is subject to change. And I'll also have a few more guides coming out in the coming days to review some
Early
newer
access
content of
YIXUAN out
Season
now.
2,
Go to the
as
video.
well as
Exclamation point new vid. Go.
inspiration,
Exclamation point new vid. Go, go, go.
etc.
Go comment, go
let's first
like.
get ourselves acquainted with Jshoea.
Bro, chat. I asked Editor Kun, I was like, bro, I know it's a lot of fucking work already, but could you add some animations into the video?
Etc. But
The transition, clean as fuck. Oh my god, look at that transition. Oh my god, look at that transition, bro.
Around 2 meters.
Oh.
These meters are called technique points and
Oh.
adrenaline. And no,
Beautiful.
I don't mean the mid-2010s boy band
Beautiful.
type of adrenaline. Jshoea uses her kit to channel abilities to gain adrenaline. After said adrenaline is built up, you can then
Actual
utilize your
cinema,
special
chat.
attacks, which will
Actual
gain
cinema,
you
bro.
Technique points. These technique points can be used to
baby
launch
boy.
a unique ultimate from here, which is different from the ultimate that you can launch from your decibels. Yes, this means that we can launch multiple chains and burst within stun windows, unlike a certain vampiric Dorito that bursts once and has to go on recharge mode.
Yeah, I had to throw in the Hugo Vlad shade. All right, you guys know how much I hate him. All right, actual dog water unit. Okay, actual dog water. All right, can't hold a flipping candle. Oh my god, this guy actually useless compared to her. Holy, literally, he busts once, done. Yushen, bust. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Yushen. Yushen. Let's see. Yushen savings. Yushen demo. Yushen. What the Yushen guide. Yeah. There we go. Thank you so much for the follow. Fabio. I appreciate it, man. Welcome in, gamers. Chat, we got early access. It is real. It is real, Red. It is real.
Now that we have a good idea on how her stacks work,
I got to play her early.
Yushen's beautiful strikes all deal a new form of elemental damage, which is a sub-ether element called.
Hello, it's 1 a.m. I'm sleepy, Inky. Go to the video, baby. Go to the video. I'm replying to comments right now.
Of ice called frost. These two elements work independently with each other, yet can utilize the benefits of the specific element, which in Miyabi's case was the critical damage bonus that came from the frostbite buff. For our Great Lady Yushen, general corruption can increase the damage dealt by ether, but with corrupted, a portion of Aura Ink's anomaly, this will create additional ether damage and create disorder. For those wanting to learn a bit more about attribute anomalies, how they interact, and how you can best take advantage of the additional damage, we'll be coming out with the beginner's catch-all guide to learning how to use attribute anomalies, assists, and other mechanics and techniques. So
I should go with that
next week.
Yeah.
As a great refresher for 2.0.
Yeah, original
but as
work.
a part of Yushen's
Alright,
core
chill.
ability, every time we trigger the Aura Ink anomaly known as Corrupted, we'll gain 10 adrenaline to
Okay, chat. There are multiple ways to get adrenaline. Okay, so the whole point of your kit, and this is why I spent this whole fucking 3 minutes talking about it, is because you need to understand the general overlaying, like what you want to achieve, right? So First, you want adrenaline. That's your special bar. That replaces the special bar. The reason why they use adrenaline is because there are multiple use cases for adrenaline, not just your special skill. So they wanted to differentiate the adrenaline bar versus special bar. Hopefully that makes sense. Because you can use the adrenaline bar for other skills, essentially, which is pretty cool. So you consume adrenaline to use higher damaging attacks. Yet the adrenaline, which is the pink, converts, and it depends on your attack, converts to the yellow bar. Grace Guy, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. It converts to the yellow bar. Okay? So in your mind, all you need to know is use the pink abilities to turn into yellow. The yellow will stack into the technique, which is called the technique bar. It'll stack into the technique ult. Okay? Thumbs up, chat? Thumbs up? Everybody good? Thumbs up? It's a little confusing now, but that's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. You don't need to know any specific abilities. You don't need to know that yet. I don't care about that right now. All you need to know in this first 4 minutes is use the pink energy to turn into yellow technique points. Yellow technique will get you the ult. That's all you need to know. Okay? I'll talk about the skills. It's a whole 10 minutes. Stick with me. Okay? So remember, all the whole concept is to get the pink to turn to yellow with the bottom technique bar. Okay? Done. Now that we have that ingrained in your mind, let's move on. Our special bar, triggering perfect dodges, gets us 5, and for every 3 adrenaline we consume, we also get 2 technique points. We'll mention other more technical parts of the kit, like sheer force and additional abilities, further down in the rotational and build breakdowns, as there already is so much information you're being bombarded with here to help keep things streamlined towards the main kit aspects for now. Then, after the core explanation, we move straight into
Is she main DPS? Yes.
First, the basics. And just like T'Challa said to Bruce that one time, we don't do that here. It's not bad, just generally a waste of time when you could be setting up with other units or channeling with each.
Yeah, chat. Her basics are kind of ass. Don't do them. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do them.
In fact, I mean, technically, doing a couple punches and a couple like jabs and stuff will add to the damage overall. But I'll be flipping honest. Like, the fastest way to get damage out of her is to use her other abilities. It legit is to use other abilities. Because the other abilities will add heavy days. When you parry, it's a heavy defensive assist, which is one of the highest days abilities in your kit. So like, you should be using your parry, you should be using your triple EX special, you should be using your channels to gain points anyway in other places. If you're relying and spamming your basic, you are wasting time. What are her other abilities? Let's get to it. Okay? Just understand, from here, basic, basically useless. To set up her attack rotation. But I must note that her basic 2 is creating a Shadow Strike, but mainly it's just her standing there and having her flotation device jiggle. Honestly, peak animation, guys, am I right?
Yeah, as the advanced animation analyst, I need to go through that frame by frame again. As you can see, the movement is so intricate and so quick. Oops, sorry. I didn't go far back enough. I didn't go far back enough. Back, back, back. Enhance, enhance, enhance. So she turns into ink. She dashes forward. Boob jiggle.
Honestly, peak animation, guys, am I right?
Now,
Yo, what's up, Dingle Bob? Welcome in, man.
It's going to be quite long, so we'll try to break it up into two parts. First part is the tap specials, called the Ink Manifestation. This attack will...
Okay. I think I could have worded this a little bit better, but it is two parts. There is the tap or hold for Ink Manifestation. And then there are the channeled abilities that are half EX, half basic, which is so confusing. It is incredibly confusing, and the only reason you want to invest into basics at all. We'll talk about it. Let's move forward. But just understand, EX specials, tap, and hold. Here we go.
Utilize 40 adrenaline from your special bar to dash back, swiping with a gorgeous ink wing. From here, if you have additional special energy,
I can drink her, yes.
Part 2 of the special string.
You won't feel very good, but yes.
This special does not consume the energy, but again, if you do have that 20 extra energy, you can see the bar adjust to accommodate the last portion of the string. You can launch the third special attack.
All right, so chat. Your goal is to get 60 adrenaline. Your goal is to get 60 adrenaline. But Josh, what happens if I only have like 40 or 50? Parry. Parrying and or dodging will get you... Parrying or dodging will get you 10 to 15 technique points. Adrenaline points. Adrenaline points. The pink bar. Pink goop. Okay? Once you dodge, parry, or just parry, it'll restore the adrenaline for you. So then when you press special second time and it adjusts the bar, you should have enough. How do you know that there's 60 adrenaline? You ballpark it. You ballpark it. Okay? So even if you don't have 60, you can get 60 if you parry, which is super cool. We move on. But again, if you're right at the 40 mark, you might need a little bit more. Okay? Don't just get to the 40 mark and be like, okay, I could start parrying now. No. Make sure you're like 10 points at least past 40, aka 50, if you're going to parry, special. Okay? This whole combo is special. It's one button. Not complicated. One button. But again, it is resource management. That's the biggest thing. Resource management. Okay. We continue. Let's go back for a second.
Not consume the energy, but again, if you do have that 20 extra energy, you can see the bar adjust to accommodate.
Also, Vulner, welcome in. Lightning, welcome in.
You can launch the third special attack, the Qingming Eruption. This combo is lethal and quite easy to pull off. In essence, you always want to have 60 energy for this clean 3-tap combo.
It is actually easy. Special. Whatever button it is, whatever for PC players, it's E. What is it for console players? I actually don't know. And then, well, Xbox is coming out pretty soon, so we'll find out what it is for Xbox. But yeah, controller. I don't. Any controller players out there? It's Y. Okay, thank you. Y. Okay, for sure. So press Y, and Y. Easy, classic. You know what's a fool? I don't usually like yellow, but I love YIXUAN's design. Well, she's more gold, right?
With fries and a small side drink. And then if you've noticed how we've mentioned it as a tap version of the skill, now we get to see what happens when we hold down the skill. Ooh. This version of the Ink Manifestation will allow you to hunker down.
She's popping a squat, chat. She looked golden black to me. Yes, she is golden black. She's popping a squat. Taking a little pooper.
Hunker down in a defensive position. And when it is released, or if you are hit, it will launch the special. Yet, if you are to...
Okay, chat. So, I would say around 2 to 3 seconds, you can hunker down for this ability. If you get hit, you will parry and automatically can flow into your second E skill. Okay? And in this point, you are immune. Iframes. All of it. So if you're in trouble, hold down that E skill. There are other ways to use this skill. I would suggest doing the channel ability, but we'll go through that in a little bit. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get slapped around by Pompeii. Oh my gosh, like there's a crazy hit coming out from the Exaltus boss, the new boss, that I can't avoid. Hold down that skill. Boom. Iframes. Easy. You will not get hit. Okay?
Parry something, it will trigger a perfect block effect for the
You will know if you parry if it does the slow-mo. Let me go back.
special. Yet, if you are to parry,
See, that is not slow-mo. Now it's just zoop, wing out. Watch this.
something, it will trigger a perfect
Boom, right there. The boom, and it'll make a sound effect too. Obviously, I don't have the sound effect here, but it will make a sound effect when you parry. So you'll definitely know. Yeah. And once you parry, you also get a little adrenaline back too, which is great.
block effect. For the technical players out there, this is
I'm gonna have to watch this video so many times. And yeah, I would suggest watching this video a couple times. At least like once or twice, for sure. And then like going back to like look at like specific guide stuff, maybe rotation stuff. Yeah. Just like the parry that most Caesars don't use. Yeah.
defensive assist, which will give you the highest days output.
If you slow down Miyabi versus YIXUAN 142, you could see something juicy. Yo, Shed, we already reviewed it, brother. Yeah, we already reviewed it. Welcome in, man. What about our build? We aren't even done with the kit. Lad, we aren't even done with the kit. That's only the special. Let's continue.
You can get and also recover 10 adrenaline. This effect can also trigger pre-strike, and if you lift right before the enemy's yellow or red indicator, you may still parry the attack, which is super nice as with
No,
other
you're all
character
good,
skills
lad.
that involve
I'm just
parries.
saying,
They
that
haven't
her
been
kit,
as
there's
generous.
too much.
From here, you should still be able to launch the 3-tap special combo mentioned above. But I need y'all to pay attention to this one, folks. As I mentioned above with the core passive, a dodge can give you 5 adrenaline, which at face value doesn't seem much. But what happens if you were to dodge an EX special parry, which awards you back 10? That's 15 extra points for an almost 50% adrenaline bar refund. And since the parry is quite forgiving, make sure to perfect dodge an attack like so, and then hold down your special to parry.
Look at that. Look at that, chat. There is certain attacks that can register both the dodge and the parry. This is important. I'll stress this in like a little short at some point. But this is advanced tech. Anybody can do it. It is a self-dodge parry. Super cool. Super cool. And it'll allow her, as she is more than likely the only on-field character, because you have supports in the back or, you know, off-field stuns in the back. This self-stun or self-dodge parry will get you 15 adrenaline, basically refresh you half of a triple EX special. We'll watch it again. Okay, so let's back it up. Back that ass up. Okay, back that ass up. Back it up. Back it up. Back it up. Keep seeing your YIXUAN clips finding 1v1. Is she not good for mobs? Thanks. Van Kruger. There is a reason why we only show 1v1s. She can be good at grouping. She does group. But there was something wonky with the beta server. So that we just couldn't show the mob fights. Hopefully that answers your question. It's not to say that she isn't good at multi. Yeah. It's C server restrictions and stuff like that, because there's certain things that are like, oh, we're ready to show, and there's certain things we're like, oh, we cannot show yet. So yeah, more than likely you'll see clips of just going up against single bosses, and then we can go up against Exaltus. So just because that's a spoiler, right? So, okay, let's back it up. Boop, 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 boop. Back it up. Back it up. Okay. We'll go frame by frame. We'll go frame by frame here. Okay? Easy. He's getting ready for the swipe. I see him prepare the red attack. Right? I see him prepare the red attack. I initiate the wing for the parry. Oh, sorry. I'm into, Jesus Christ. I have to go back like 5 seconds. Hold on, give me a sec.
And hold down your special to
Here we go.
make sure to perfect dodge and attack.
Okay. I dodge here.
Like so. And then hold
Boom.
down.
So dodge parry is similar to a special dodge plus defensive assist on Eve. Yes. In essence, it's similar, but it functions differently for her. But in essence. Yeah. So as you guys saw, he moved in for an attack. I dodge and I parry. So when's this tech applicable for most attacks? No. It is not applicable for most attacks. So again, if you saw his attack, it was the big zoom, right? It was the big zoom rush where he swings his sword. He rushes towards you and he swings the sword. That attack has like 1 whole second of frame. Do this on attacks that have more than 2 seconds of frames. So if you guys are familiar with Pompeii, he does a jab attack, right? He does a swipe attack with his sword. He just walks up to you, swipes at you, or walks up to you, jabs at you, right? Those attacks you cannot dodge parry.
Welcome, weary traveler.
Because it's too fast. You will either dodge or you will either parry because you cannot input both. But for longer yellows and reds, you can dodge parry. Thumbs up, everybody. Thumbs up. Okay. This is the tech stuff that more intermediate advanced people you guys should pick up. Okay? Because this helps immensely with adrenaline retention. Adrenaline retention is the biggest thing to push out your damage and also get you faster into the stun window. Because again, defensive assisting with your parry gives you larger days numbers. Some people are just gonna people swipe M6 easy. M6 changes. I'll talk about it.
Your special to parry and gain all those sweet extra points. This is an advanced mechanic that many will likely adopt to maximize.
Oh, did you see that? It was so much clearer there. Oh my god. Wow. I don't know how he caught that. It was so much clearer there. Did you guys see that?
Dodge and attack like so. And then hold down your special to parry and gain all those sweet extra points. This is an advanced mechanic.
Right here. This huge boom swipe. I dodge parry. Dodge parry. Boom. I don't know how you got that. Damn, I didn't even know I did that shit. I'm the one who filmed this. I don't even remember doing that. Okay, cool, man.
Adrenaline production.
Okay.
So that's it for the specials, right? Psych. There are a few more abilities involving the adrenaline bar that I wanted to go over here in the.
So chat, for the past 10 minutes, we've been on a single button. That's right. We've only been on the specials. And dodge, I guess dodge.
Second half of the specials. First, let's
Yo, what's up, Socks?
backtrack
Welcome
to
in,
the
man.
basics. This is a portion of the kit that I wanted to wait
Hi,
on
Milk. Welcome in.
introducing till now because it would have been more complicated if I'd done so before.
Yeah, I save this for the specials because it makes sense within the context of after introducing those earlier abilities. Because earlier, I obviously had just like, oh, I just followed basic and then this did the basic. Dodge skill, do this in the dodge. It did not make sense when teaching the kit to put these abilities before the EX special. So let's talk about it.
So let's get to another compartment of YIXUAN's kit, the channeling abilities. There are two formations of this, the dash version that stems from the basic skill and the basic version that stems from the EX special.
Yeah, that's bullshit. I legit, I don't know why they did this. I hope they rework it. But the dash channel is baked into the basic skill. And the basic channel is built into the special skill. So when you hold down dash and do the channel that you just saw, that's from the basic skill. And then when you hold down basic to do the fart cloud, you know, the 8 trigrams, whatever palm attack, that's from the special skill. What the fuck? What the fuck are they doing? It doesn't make any sense. Anyways, don't worry about it. All you need to worry about is how the skill works. So let's continue.
Oh, okay, this could have been way better organized, but I digress. The dash cancel called Coalescence deploys a grand Tai Chi formation that will charge for 3 seconds. This will not only deal damage, but will gain you a high amount of adrenaline. This is one of the easiest ways to gain adrenaline outside of just skills alone. Then you have the basic version that stems from the EX special. This ability, called the Ashen Ink, becomes Shadow. Goodness gracious, it sounds like how anime tiles read out plot synopsis of their shows. This ability will trigger a fart cloud, energy orb, to deal strong auric ink damage and consume adrenaline. The benefits of this attack versus just using the regular tap or hold EX specials is that you can activate it at any time if you have at least 40 adrenaline, and it'll generate a ton of technique points for you too. And you are invulnerable in the state, meaning if you need to safeguard yourself from a strong string of attacks, this can be a bit of a life float for you to hold out against the time. Then
Lady
there is
dudes.
a third variation of
Lady
this channel,
dudes.
which can be activated from the dash
Yo, what's up,
version
Kev?
called the
And also
Auric
Ivan, welcome
Array.
in as well.
It
Boyd,
essentially is
welcome
a
in.
similar attack to
Castellan,
the
welcome
third
in.
EX special variation, but activated only with this certain condition. After you fill up your technique bar, you can then launch a separate ult. We talked about this before, and after the attack, you'll gain what is known as an auric ink point, indicated by the sigil or talisman here. Then, once you hold down the dash or dash via her Nimbus step with, I realize we don't have a name for this guy, so I'm gonna call him Inkbert. This to launch the auric array.
You guys like the name? You guys like the name? We call him Inkbert. Eh? You guys like it? You guys like it? No? Oh, okay. Inkbert. It's okay. What did you want? Call him Burb. That's worse. That's worse than my name. It should have been Inkburb. Inky was already taken. I understand. Thank you, Socks. Thank you, man. Invuln on the hold attack is wild. Yeah, it is pretty wild. But it makes sense. Yeah. Inkbert. Yeah. What's wrong? It's a good name. Inkbert. Yeah. Come on, Chad. Get behind me on this one.
Attack, gaining large amounts of adrenaline for the 3 whole seconds you're channeling to finish. This ability can deal strong damage and stagger enemies, which is why you'll want to always combo this into your stun window damage, as I'm sure a ton of us are trying to see which of these attacks out of the crazy amount that YIXUAN has will fit into a tiny window of damage opportunity. But maybe a certain Mindscape too could help alleviate some of this issue. Let's move along. Next, to the ultimate. The ultimate is quite simplistic, all things considered, and we've already mentioned a portion of it during the segment before while needing to activate it to gain an auric ink point. So let's introduce to y'all one of the most sick ult animations we have. The amount of aura she gains from this is crazy. Let's talk about the bird bomb that is the Qingming Sky Shade. This ability has 2 portions to the animation, with her launching a barrage of...
So there are 2 ultimates, chat. Keep up. We have the Qingming Sky Shade, which is Decibel ult. I will refer to it in the next 30 minutes or however long we're live as the Decibel ult. Two ults, Decibel ult and Technique ult. So this is the Decibel ult. The Decibel ult, big damage. It is what it is.
Wing attacks to create talismans that will bombard.
Positive. I'll let you know in a second.
Working damage. Yet this is not the only thing that this ability does. Upon activation of the skill, YIXUAN will actually redistribute the squad's HP evenly, which seems like an out-of-pocket ability. But when considering her other running mates, Pan Yihu and his ability to heal you, this makes sense from a sustainability perspective.
Yes, chat. This is a quirky ability, but I think it's because it's going to preface HP manipulation down the line, aka Farina. We're probably gonna get a Farina character. That would be kind of interesting. But also from a sustain perspective, let's say she has like 10 HP and your other units have 100, you can redistribute HP to save her sustain wise. It's a very good ability. Yeah. Okay.
Then after
you want some mic?
If you have an Orc Ink point, you can
Macaw's? Let me know how that's pronounced. Welcome in.
With a dash, just like before. Yet you can only get an Orc Ink point through the technique ultimate, the endless talisman.
Okay. This is the big difference. Obviously, there was a little bit of damage, but the big difference is that with the technique ult, you can gain an aura ink point. What is an aura ink point?
Suppression. This ultimate will take priority over the original ultimate if you were to have both at the same time. And using this ultimate will have a little less aura, but is still a cool burst that will provide you with an aura ink point. This skill will redistribute.
Thank you so much. Shut up, ball. Welcome in.
HP evenly as well. So in summary, we have a basic.
Is it based on flat HP or percentage? Sorry, what, Yuko? It's her initial HP. Yeah, there's no other HP buffers in the game that like increase your HP, so it's just based on your total pool of HP. Yeah, that turns into sheer damage, if that makes sense. Yeah, and then sheer gets turned to aura ink. So if you're able to share, I heard Jufu is the best on teammate for YIXUAN is a significant improvement over any other teammate choice. I cannot share. Yeah, not yet. Loki, wish Vivian actually flies for a while instead of for 2 seconds. I get it. No, 100% I get it. We can do both ults back to back or technique ult still uses decibels as well. Murasaki, technique ult just uses technique bar. That's it. So you can do 2 ults, but if you were to have both ults up at the same time, the technique ult takes priority. So you'll use up that ult first and then Decibel ult second, which makes sense. So focus on HP alone. What about career and crit damage? I haven't even gone to the build yet, Panda. We aren't even at the build. That's how fucking long this kid is, bro. Jufu NDA boys, we got to be patient. Thank you, JP Destiny. It is NDA. Yeah. And we're not even there yet. I've barely gone through the ults. We're not even there yet. I'm telling you, this video is crazy. It could have been longer. I distilled it down to give you guys the most efficient and easiest way to learn the kit. Okay, it took me over 20 hours to learn the kit, write the script, and then rewrite the script so that it actually makes sense.
We have a special, we have a hold special, which both variations can lead to a 3 special combo. We have a dash hold, a basic hold, a decibel ult, and a technique ult, which can lead to a dash basic combo. And that's all, folks.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Basic, dash, dash hold, basic hold, dash hold to channel, EX special combo, fucking dash to basic hold combo. You have the parry within the EX combo. You have technique ult. You have regular ult. Is that a new post for Bell? Cute, isn't it?
Of course, you got all that, and I don't need any more review because you were just that smart, right?
I know this is confusing. We'll try to review all of this in the combat portion of this guide.
And if you have any questions, ask me on Twitch. I'm probably live right now.
Whoa, I'm live. Live reaction. Mash buttons until you win easy. Oh my god. What the fuck? Oh my god. I swear to god, chat, if you guys start mashing buttons after the fucking 10 minutes of that explanation, I will literally go out of the fucking screen and strangle your ass.
Or review the above section again.
Is Jshoea easy to learn but gonna take time to optimize? Yes, she is. Yes. Do you have recommendations on how many Mindscapes it'll take to button mash 20k DA? M2.
If you're wondering about
Pre-watch, my gosh, yo, thank you so much, man. Yo, make sure you guys like and comment right now. I'm gonna go answer some comments right now while this with the section plays.
skill investments, prioritize core first alongside character level, chain, EX special, and basic, then dash, then assist. And no, we also need to factor in other parts of the kit too to determine which of these attacks to use and when. But before we do, let's get under the hood and go through the build portion to set up your YIXUAN with big damage numbers. First, let's talk about YIXUAN.
Did I make a mistake by pulling for lighter for 170 pulls for M0?
Welcome, weary traveler from afar.
Blue. Oh my god. 170 pulls? How is that possible? Jesus Christ. Wait, I thought you were done streaming. I ate food. I was wrapping up the edits. I thought I wasn't able to put out the guide tonight, but I got it done. Because I'm the fucking GOAT. That's right, I'm the fucking GOAT. So now we're reviewing the guide. Yippee. But yeah, chat, like this was fucking crazy work. Shout out to me. Shout out to Editor Coon. Shout out to my Hoyo manager also for approving it so fucking quick. She was literally like, okay, approved. Done. So that was great. But yeah, it took a lot of fucking work for this, chat. Okay, here's your farming guide. Let's review. She has new Rupture character ascension material, both character ascension and core level ascension. What stays the same is ether chips. You can farm ether chips right now. So if you're like, oh, Josh, how do I farm or pre-farm for YIXUAN right now, you can pre-farm for modules, you can pre-farm for investigator logs, and you can pre-farm for chips. What is my suggestion on chip skill levels? Max core, and literally max everything else. Yes, I said it. Yup, it's gonna suck. But if you do it, you'll have max skill damage and max days for everything, which is what you want because she can generate quite a bit of days. Okay? So please max everything because she is an on-field. You want her to be on the field 99% of the time. Okay? Because she can attack a lot and she can also parry herself. So you don't need to assist parry out of it. All you need to do is, like, let's say quick swap out, do an E skill from your stunner, use Xiaoyao's perfect assist to go back to YIXUAN, bada bing, bada boom magic, right? Trigger. Yeah. One of my favorite comps right now, pre-Jufufu, is YIXUAN trigger Xiaoyao. One of my favorite comps. It's very good. Okay, so this is the material. It is new core material and new advanced core material. You cannot farm these yet. Don't even try. All right, it is what it is. Okay. Can you do Panda instead of Trigger? Yes, but he sucks booty tier. I'll talk about him in a bit, but he does suck. Why does he suck? I'll talk about it. Let's move on.
All Auric Ink damage. This stems from a new defense-related stat that Rupture class agents will have access to, called Sheer Force. This, in essence, is a portion of the damage calculation that will ignore an enemy's defense. Yet, I must emphasize that this is purely the defense stat itself, and not other resistances like Elemental Res. So, this section of her kit is not all powerful, but it's pretty damn strong, and basically converts one of her stats, just like how Caesar King turns impact to an attack buff. YIXUAN will actually utilize HP in this instance to sheer force.
There it is.
1 to 0.1 ratio. Our first true HP scaler. Yes, how I've waited for this day, gamers. With sheer force, we do not take into consideration defense shred nor pen, thus putting characters like Nicole and Rena out of a job.
You heard it right, chat. I did not put the damage calculation there. I should have. That's my B. But sheer force does not take into consideration defense shred nor penetration. So any character that deals in pen, any character that deals in defense shred, essentially that part of the kit's useless. Easy. Done. Does that mean you can't use the unit? No. Only portion of the total damage? Yes, you are correct, Murasaki. You are correct. That is for a little bit later. I'm introducing sheer force in its individual state. Okay? There's other things like elemental res that you need to take into account. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. But sheer force, the biggest thing you need to know about sheer force independent is that there's no pen and no defense shred. Let's move on.
But we do still factor in stun damage multipliers. So that's great news for characters like Trigger or Lygon. So with this knowledge, we want to build into Jshoea.
So supports that give attack or best for her?
Because she's still a deep.
Not necessarily. Because you can still use attack, yes. But what is Auric based off of?
That Rupture class agents will have access to, called Sheer Force. This, in essence, is a portion of the damage calculation that will ignore an enemy's defense. Yet, I must emphasize that this is purely the defense stat itself, and not other resistances like
So again, not like elemental res, how I mentioned here, right?
Elemental Res. So this section of her kit is not all powerful, but it's pretty damn strong, and basically converts one of her stats, just like how Caesar King turns impact to an attack buff. YIXUAN will actually utilize HP in this instance to sheer force.
There it is. Okay. HP into sheer force. All Auric Ink damage will deal sheer force. Meaning that your total damage dealt will majoritively come from the scaling of your HP. Now, does this mean that attack is useless? No, because attack is still factored into the total amount of skill damage as well. If I'm remembering my damage calculations correctly. Such that you can still make use of the attack buff. Okay? I think Nicole is still option for ether bonus. I think that's incorrect because I should have tested this before. I just kind of assumed that Auric Ink is a separate element. It is not ether. In essence, how Miyabi Frost is not ice, if I'm correct. Wait, so no ether bonuses? No, you want to go ether bonuses. I'll talk about it. I'll talk about it, World. I'll talk about it. Let's move on. How many polls we're getting? I'll talk about it in a different video, Blue. But we're getting like 160. Don't quote me on that.
at a 1 to 0.1 ratio.
Just like Frost, exactly.
HP scaler.
Miyabi gets buffed by Sakaku? Yeah, it gets buffed by Sakaku, but they don't count as the same element. If that makes sense, Gip, right? So that's that nuance where you're like, oh man, then I can't use Nicole buff, additional core passive. I can't use her defense shred. What the fuck am I using Nicole for? If that makes sense, chat. You're like, oh yeah, we could just use the buffing ability about Nicole. No, you can't. You can't even use the defense shred. You can't use the ether bonus buff from the additional core passive. You can't use anything. Nicole, out of a job. So Miyabi, Lycon, and Sakaku is not a good team. No, Miyabi, Lycon, and Sakaku are a great team. Nicole and Rina are bad because you can't take into consideration defense shred anyways, nor pen. Yes. So if you want to use, like, let's say Sakaku, she needs to be paired with Lycon with YIXUAN. Make sense, chat? Make it a sense. Why does Miyabi get Sakaku, but YIXUAN doesn't get Nicole? Does Miyabi actually get Sakaku? Because they can use the ice bonus, but do they actually get the additional core passive? Is what I'm talking about. Because if they do, then actually it might factor in the ether damage bonus. And I might be gaslighting you guys. I don't know now, and I'm confused. Yeah. So if Miyabi, it counts as ice, not frost. New Panda should be F2P by... Yeah, we'll talk about it. I thought Frost counted as ice. Honestly, Nicole, bonus either does work. Okay, if it does work, I didn't really talk about it here. But I kind of said it in my own words here in the, director's cut. So, yeah. Miyabi adds passive, needs support, or faction. And Sakaku is both. Right. What about Sakaku, though? Doesn't she need elements? Also, thank you so much for the comment, Kurumi. Appreciate it. It's only a different element for the purpose of anomaly buildup. Okay, thank you. So if it is only, then you can actually use Nicole for the ether bonus, but not for the defense shred. The anomaly is Frost, but she's ice. I think it'll factor in, but they still disorder or will overwrite each other as their separate attributes. I'll go over it in an advanced guide because I'm already planning on making an advanced guide. So I'll write my wrong in this video when I know for sure. Yeah, and the 15% crit rate, I guess. Yes, for M6, yes. Yeah. What's the percentage of damage does sheer force convert roughly? What do you mean by that? In essence, if you have 0 elemental resistance, it is 100% true damage. So if in a vacuum there's no elemental resistance, your units will be dealing 100% true damage. It is not true damage, but in a vacuum, you can think of it as true damage because it ignores the defense of the enemy. Make sense? Makes sense. All right. There you go. By the way, you're my top 3 favorite ZZCCs. Ah, Mr. Red, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that, bro. Thank you. Thank you. I know there's a lot of CCs out there, so, being top 3 is pretty good. I'll take it. Miyabi over YIXUAN? Yes, but I'll talk about why.
Not take into consideration defense shred.
Also, mobs weak to ice are weak to frost.
Characters like Nicole and Rina.
Yes, you are correct. Sheer force equals true damage. No. That, okay, I want to dispel that concept. Sheer force does not mean true damage. It is the closest thing we're gonna get to to true damage. It ignores the defense of. Okay, let's split up. pull up the good old damage calculator Google Doc. Nope, that's Muzzy's shit. Reddit. Okay, Google Doc. Go down to defense. All right, so chat. Defense multiplier is level coefficient plus the level coefficient of effective defense. That's your enemy. So let's say they're level 60. That is your level coefficient. Effective defense equals target defense times 1 minus pen ratio minus flat pen. Ignore that shit entirely. Ignore that shit entirely. Because we don't need to take into consideration the defense percentage. Because all this will be taken away from the calculation. Okay, so like I wish I could like draw on it like a whiteboard, but all this shit, just take that shit out. Okay? And then you'll get to a resistance multiplier, which actually is not factored in to sheer force. So there is the defense multiplier of the defense of your enemy, the target defense. Yet there is a resistance multiplier that will apply on top of your damage. So let's say it's like, oh, the enemy is 15% resistance to ether damage. You will get resisted. It has been tested. You will get resisted. Okay? Also, I guess in this instance, corrupted, the Auric Ink attribute anomaly, the special attribute anomaly will get resisted too. There's no HP or defense data in the game. No, only third-party sites. Yes. Yes. Question is, what does a single point of sheer force do, or ratio? Okay, hold up. ZZ sheer force calculation. That's not it. Nope, that's not it. I might have to go to Jester. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to Jester real quick. Because I don't have the exact calculation. Hi, Enigma. Welcome in. I would say you did a great job covering the new Rupture class agent. Thank you. More YIXUAN, more 2.0, more anniversary. Nope, that is alive. This is... Does he talk about sheer force? I don't care. Do you talk about sheer force? You do not talk about sheer force. Maybe here. Nope, that's deadly assaults. Deadly assaults. Miyabi damage. YIXUAN. Okay. I think I might have to ask somebody else for the sheer force damage calculator. Hold up, give me a sec. Are trying to compare existing stats? Yeah, because it's a whole new calculator, if that makes sense. So like you guys are right to ask about the calculator. I just don't have it yet. Yeah. So like the actual number specific, formula, I don't have it yet. So from my understanding, Nicole actually lowers the defense of enemies by a certain percentage, whereas compared to YIXUAN, rather than lowering the overall defense, she just ignores a certain percentage of defense in the attack based off her HP, which in the end could technically equal ignoring more defense than what Nicole could actually go through. Correct. In fact, YIXUAN ignores 100% of the defense. So there's no point in having Nicole shred 40% of nothing because you ignore 100%. Which slot 5 is better, Ether or HP? Ether. Ether should be. Muzzy got his hands on it? Okay. Thank you, Big. Ah. YIXUAN stats is sheer damage conversion. Okay. Cool. Yeah, that seems pretty accurate. So it is a 5 to 7% damage bonus in terms of like the value of the conversion of sheer. Okay. That's a really good, I'm going to save that real quick. I'm going to actually save that for my advanced guide because I'll talk about advanced metrics as well as like other like variables that I didn't take into consideration for this guide. So that was really helpful. Thank you. I will lock this in. Let's put you right there. There we go. All right, cool. Shall we continue, chat? It was a good conversation. Good conversation, by the way. Just, I apologize. I wish I had more information for you.
Out of a job.
Is crit damage not good on YIXUAN? No, it is very good. You should still want to aim for a lot of crit because you want to crit with her ultimate. So at least try to aim for a total. You don't have to aim for 100, but aim for a total of like 85 to 90 first to start off. And if you're like really goated with the sauce, then you get 100. Or try to get like an aggregated 100. Let's say you slot in a goal for crying out loud, But yeah, let's continue.
And stun damage multipliers. So that's great news for characters like Trigger or Lygon. So with this knowledge, we want to build into YIXUAN's HP quite a bit. Yet, because she's still a DPS character, stats like crit damage will scale very well. So with that in mind, HP, crit rate, and crit damage are the 3 main stats we'll be wanting to focus on as our primary investment stats. Moving then into W engine.
Is what I'm hearing, get 30 crit rate. No, don't get more crit rate.
Well, she would need a whole new class of balls. There are going to be ways that the game will compensate for that, but let's start at the top now with her bird cage for Little Inkbird, the Qingming bird cage.
Wow. It only took us an hour and 3 minutes of stream to get to W engines. Isn't that amazing? Making great time, chat. Also, if you guys haven't, !new vid, please go comment on it. Please go like it. Please go share it out with as many places as you can. It would really, really help to, mean the absolute world to me that we share this video out. I know a bunch of other creators are a little bit more popular in the YouTube algorithm, but hell, we can get it there too, chat. All right. Actually, where am I in the ZZ YIXUAN guide? I should be at like top 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm behind Fob. There's no fucking way. I'm behind Fob in a 2.4 Woo Wah special program. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy, bro. How is my... What? How is my Hugo Vlad guide above... Oh my god. There's no way, dude. Give it a day, I guess, but at the same token, like... You know what I mean, chat? Like, let's go... let's just scroll up here, because these are too late. Right. So Appel, yeah, I mean, Appel gets a lot of views already. Revenant gets a lot of views already. Kana gets a lot of views already. 100 teams. Okay, yeah, there are a lot of teams that you can use. You need to click the show more button. Sorry, where? No, because I found my thing. Wait, where's the show more? I'm so more excited for Ellen buffs than YIXUAN. I will talk about Ellen buffs next week. Yeah. Yeah, because there's a little bit more stuff. You're scrolling too fast. Oh. Oh. It's really small in the middle. Oh, like that? Oh. Oh, God. Oh, no. I'm behind even those? Oh, shit. Oh, I'm cooked, bro. Oh, I'm so cooked. Oh, it's even worse than I thought. Oh, it's even worse than I thought. Oh my god. Oh, good lord. Oh god. People watch and explore more and different searches. Oh, okay, okay. Got you, got you. Go check yours. You gotta go to your studios and check tags. Oh, okay, okay. I'll do that later. I'll do that later, chat. I'll do that later.
The Qingming Birdcage grants the wielder 743 base attack, which is the highest base attack we've seen in the game, but it's understandable as she is an HP scaler majoritively. Yet she's
Is LM buff on CC servers? Yes. I have not made a guide for her because this whole entire time overworking, yeah, in there. It's hey, it is what it is. I just put out the early access guide to YIXUAN. Go like it. Go like it right now, chat. Go click on it right now. I mean, hey, 400 views for like the start of it, it's not bad. I just hope that we get to like 10k. I think we can get to 10k, chat. I just got to share it out a little bit more and then I'll put out some more like stuff for it. Is Hugo's Wenjin worth grabbing for Ellen? It's okay. Yeah. Although again, it's very like you gotta have very good timing with it, right? Because once you get like the buff, you need to do your ult or whatever within 3 seconds and yada yada yada, which is doable, sure. And has great stats, so honestly, it's pretty good. So fuck it, yeah, use it. It's her best in slot. Oh, there you go, there you go. You like my comment? Oh, I hope I did.
still does gain a
Hold on, let me
bit
check.
attack. The Cloud Flow passive grants 20% crit rate, and when the user launches an EX special, which as you guys know there are a ton of ways to pull this off, the character can gain a max of 2 stacks of Qingming Companion, each stack lasting 15 seconds independent. Each stack increasing the user's ether damage by 8% scaled, and EX special and ult sheer force damage by 10%. Again, that being the damage that is ignoring defense. This is by far her best option, and if you want to know this second best option, well, since she's a new class of agent, she only has 3 other balls. A-tier Puzzle Sphere. This grants crit damage, and more if the target's HP is...
I think you get sheer damage bonus, not more crit damage. I might have dropped the ball on that, metaphorically and literally. Yeah.
is lower than 50%. The Battle Pass W engine, called the Radio Wave Journey, granting a sheer force buff after a chain or ult. Then the Cobalt, the B tier option, granting attack upon switching in.
Yo,
These
also
are all
Andros,
of
what the fuck, man? Thank you so much for the subby,
I
bro.
would not suggest this, but the
Yo, Andros, thank you so much, man. Gig shit, thank you so much. Hey, give us some Sammy Primes up in yours, bitch. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it, King. Also, if you guys are on YouTube, make sure you guys head on over to Twitch really quickly. You guys can, you know, also enter into our $100 poll session giveaway. I actually have 3 $100, so I'm giving away $300, but 3 $100 poll session giveaways. Head on over to Twitch, go grab channel points, which is free just by watching. So if you're already watching on YouTube, might as well open up a Twitch tab and get some channel points. You can earn those things for free. Raffle tickets, bada bing, bada boom, baby. Twitch has already gotten a couple, so make sure you guys head on over now. Yeah. Twitch.tv/Jshoea, baby. Yes, Sirski. Okay. Back to it, gamers.
The alternative of using a Rupture W engine is to use an alternative class of W engine.
Which redeem is it? It's the Calm 2.0 Annie raffle. Just what Murasaki redeemed right there. Lol, pretty much, but also happy to support. Already watched a lot of videos over on YouTube. Bro, thank you so much, Andros. Fuck yeah, bro. Also, Vibe in. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, man. Or sorry, Vibnin. There we go, man. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Also, Hive for sweet. Andros, thank you so much, dude. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, man. It's fucking awesome. Great to have you here. Also, Lightning McQueen, thank you so much as well. Hello, Splatoon, welcome in, gamers. Hello, we're going over YIXUAN right now. Okay, let me rewind it a little bit. I'm gonna go get some water. I'll be right back. But just listen, keep listening. I'll be right back to give more commentary.
A-tier puzzle sphere. This grants crit damage and more if the target's HP is lower than 50%. The Battle Pass W engine, called the Radio Wave Journey, granting a sheer force buff after a chain or ult. Then the Cobalt, the B-tier option, granting attack upon switching in. These are in order of effectiveness on YIXUAN. And I would not suggest this, but the alternative of using a Rupture W engine is to use an alternative class of W engine with a high base and secondary stat. Because the class does not align, you cannot gain anything from the passive. But extra options like Steel Cushion that provide crit rate to help balance out your crit spread, or any option that again grants crit rate or crit damage are potential fallbacks. Again, try to focus on keeping a Rupture weapon on the Rupture character. Then let's move around town to the drive discs, and these are also relatively cut and dry. The newest set that will come out with YIXUAN is the Yunkoi Tales, a beautiful yin and yang offensive disc that hosts a 10% HP bonus on the 2 set. And with the 4 set, each time you activate an EX special, chain, or ult, your crit rate will increase by 4% up to 3 times for a total 12.
My bad, chat. Because we didn't have time to edit everything, I didn't show the passive. But essentially, Yunkoi Tales, it is 10% HP. When using EX Special Chain ult, crit rate increases by 4%, stacking up to 3 times. 15 seconds. Essentially, once you start hitting your +3 EX Special, you should essentially never have it down. You should never have it down. And especially during your stun window, you will never have it down. Because you'll chain, cancel, chain. That's already 2 out of 3. You should be using your EX Special anyways. So, right before it, by the way. So, the only thing that I don't like about 2.0 new weapon classes are bad for house spenders and F2Ps. Genshin has 5 weapon classes, by the way, even after half a decade. But that's the thing, though, because after half a decade, Aichi, people are getting fucking bored of it. So low-key, I'd rather them introduce the stuff quicker into the game versus later on in the game. Does that make sense? So I'd rather them introduce Rupture now. I'd rather them introduce a new element very, very soon as well, so that we start incorporating that into the longer game lifespan. Does that make sense? Because at the end of the day, chat, it's only a year into the game. Remember, it's an HSR awareness. It isn't the same, but essentially, right? So we didn't really introduce anything new in 2.0 for HSR, and then now we're at this like huge ass spike with Remembrance, right? So yeah, I wish we had a new element, not just a new different flavor. Oh, 100%, right? Excited. Look how people were excited going over Arcano having a scythe, or when Hazo came out first, the Catalyst to use his fist. Yeah, I think change is generally always going to be positive when introducing like new mechanics like this, unless the new mechanic is fucking broken or it's global passive, right? Which this is not global passive by any stretch of the imagination. So let's continue. Each stack lasting 15 seconds, long enough for a stun window. Then when you do have 3 stacks active, you gain ZZ doesn't need another element yet. I agree.
Sheer damage
but
increase.
We might down the road.
Alternative 4 sets, you can look to the Puffer Electro that provides 20% ult damage and 50% attack bonus after an ult, or the Woodpecker as you'll.
I suggest using Woodpecker first, not Puffer Electro, because Puffer Electro doesn't transfer very well. So yeah, just use Woodpecker 4. And then once you get more Yunkoi Tails, you can go for Yunkoi to Woodpecker. And then if you have to optimize that much more, then you go for Yunkoi Tails to Branch and Blade Song. Because there's no other HP scaling two set. So
Probably be using a 2 set for the final build. Anyways, the 2 set.
How long are you streaming today? As
Substitute.
long as it takes to go through this, and then I'll be done. Yeah. I'm way too tired, chat. And then after this, guess what? I'm back to the editing dungeon. Why? Because I have the prep guide episode 3 coming out. I cannot put it out tomorrow or Sunday. I need to put it out Monday. So Monday is a new video, Tuesday is a new video, and then Wednesday morning is a new video before we actually get to whatchamacallit. Before we get to the launch of 2.0. So yeah. And then we'll probably just, you know, take other pieces of content and then release it for the end of the week. So yeah. Constant grind. No, that's what that's what it takes, Panda. You know what I mean? And like all the new people we're going to be able to meet today throughout the rest of the week, it all comes to an head, right? Because like the more you work and the more you put in genuinely, right? To make genuine content that you guys resonate with, that you guys like, that you guys enjoy, that educates you guys. All that comes to growing our community and growing the brand and growing us. Right? Because if I'm not growing, what the fuck am I doing then? Right? Obviously, I'm here to make friends. I love the friends and content creators I've been able to be acquainted with, right? Literally earlier on, we just had Proxy Podcast losing the 50. But if I'm not pushing the needle in what I can create, then there's no inherent value that I bring to the ecosystem of content, right? It is what it is. Will the update be out on Thursday night? Yes. Is it Thursday or Wednesday night? I fucking forget. But yes. He has editors help. I have 2 editors and I edit myself. Blue. Yeah. And I have to edit my own video and 2 shorts by tonight and tomorrow. And that also includes stream tomorrow. So I'm kind of cooked, but I'll probably make stream shorter tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. Let's continue.
Before you get to your final form. Then 2 sets. You want to focus them around crit investment, aka Woodpecker for a crit rate, or being.
Guess they went with Thursday instead of the usual Tuesday to be around the Game Awards. Yes.
With the signature and the 4-step bonus.
Also, I heard that the 3rd/the 4th is like the Tiananmen Square march or whatever, or something like that. So like politically they wanted to avoid it potentially. I'm not terribly sure if that's actually the case, but again, there are a few factors why they moved it.
Bonus and 2-step Woodpecker, you are looking at a 59% crit rate potential, which is already strong, and filling out 30-ish% with substats should be okay. If
you know that, but it makes sense, yeah.
+1 or +2 in the 5 remaining slots. If you have M1, spoilers, you get an additional 10% crit rate, which is a nice buff to offset the load on substat allocation.
We're not even at Mindscapes, but I wanted to mention this because if you guys are planning on getting Mindscape 1, it offsets the crit rate to get you more damage. Does it get you crazy new damage? No, it gets you around like maybe 10% damage. It can go even less depending on your investment. So like you really would need to replace that 10 crit rate with like a lot of more HP or crit damage in order to maximize the buff, which would be around like 10 to maybe even like 15%. But if you can't min-max, then you're getting less out of the M1 because this is a build buff with the crit rate. Does that make sense? And then Yushan automatically summons a lightning strike to deal 50% of her sheer force when any squad member lands a hit on the enemy and restore 5 adrenaline every 6 seconds. Holy shit. It's pretty damn good. Although it's not, you know, crazy strong, but you know, the 5 adrenaline, right? It adds up. It really adds up. Also, hi Millie and Alpi. This is a new live, yeah. I took a break, took a nap, ate dinner, finished editing, put this video out. So please, if you guys are on YouTube, if you guys are on Twitch, !, new vid, please go support the new video. We put our heart and soul into this to try to get it out as fast as possible with as good quality as possible. It really mean the world to me that you guys rock with this guide. Yep, keep you know, keep supporting it. Keep sharing it out. Share it out on Twitter too.
to give you some wiggle room to invest more into HP and crit damage. Here's your build guide for YIXUAN that includes her best
M0 YIXUAN versus M0 Miyabi. And that includes signatures. Miyabi. Because Miyabi can make use of the buffers better now until YIXUAN gets an HP or rupture buff. So yeah, there you go.
Review engines, drives, skill investments, mindscapes, and 5 solid team variations. Here is her farm guide as well, which includes the new rupture chipsets and seals, and new boss and high core material. Please save this video and head over to Twitter and Discord if you guys want these sheets individually. Let's now go over best teams for the Grandmaster, as they'll most likely revolve around her faction mates, Poe and Tigress, as she does gain an amazing synergy bonus in Undercurrent that grants 2 adrenaline per second for 10 seconds after an ally ults. Then, if YIXUAN is swapped out by a perfect assist, Panyu, she'll follow up with a unique strike attack dealing 225% sheer force.
So I said Panyu, but it could literally be anybody. Seth. Why'd I say Seth first? Fuck. Astriao. It could be Trigger. It could be what's perfect assist? I don't fucking know. Yeah, but you guys get the point. Whoever perfect assists, Sokaku, Lucy, yada yada yada. Right? Anybody. What's better, low cost engine, the craftable or battle pass? Craftable actually. Yeah, the A tier is actually pretty good. Yeah, it's slightly better, and you can get access to S5 first over the battle pass. The battle pass, you have to wait 5 battle passes. Right, Kev? Think about it. Right, you gotta wait 5 battle passes. You're not gonna wait 5 battle passes and be like, oh, I'm scaling, guys. This ain't League of Legends here. All right, we ain't scaling late. So just get the A tier. You'll be fine. Get the puzzle one. The puzzle one. Okay. Pulchra, etc. Yeah, Pulchra. Yeah. 5 patches for an R5 dies of cringe.
The specials doing 30% more damage to stunned enemies and gaining 40% crit damage when using an ult. As you can see, with all these bonuses, you will not want to stray away from these gains. And although we do not have Jufufu's number and early access out yet, we already know her kit revolves around getting you into the stun windows and providing strong buffs to your characters. I'm sure there will be some more synergy there, but right now we can have a look at Panyu, our Dragon Warrior. Even at the A tier, he's no slouch. Panyu can grant the next agent he assists into the Meridian Flow effect.
Okay, I slightly go through Panyu stuff here. Obviously, I don't have all the guide stuff out yet because, God forbid, I just need to put the video out. But essentially, Panyu provides sheer force buff plus a 20% damage buff. Is that enough to match an astronomical level of buff? No. Is it better than Lucy? Slightly. Does he play better than Lucy? He just does like one EX special and then just fucking jumps off the screen. Yeah. And TLDR, chat, if you have M6, all you need is 3,000 attack. With the signature, which should be easy.
That can increase sheer force equal to 18% of Panyu's attack, lasting for 25 flippin' seconds.
Holy smokes.
540, which is strong. And just a casual 20% damage increase with his additional ability after hitting enemies when he channels his special. So with YIXUAN and Panyu in position, who would be a
just
great
get M6
option?
noted.
Well,
I mean, you don't need to, but
in the support role, we have 2 different routes. We can go more of a hyper carry and slot in a buffer like Jshoea, who now also includes Rupture in her core, by the way, or other ult options like Lucy or Caesar.
I think I'll try her with Kaleda to start. With Ben, at least gives crit.
Is that the additional core bonus activate because YIXUAN is Aura Ink and not Ether. So we don't get that.
I
And
would
because sheer
rather
force
you just
straight
use
up
some more
ignores
conventional
defense,
buffers
what's the point
than
of defense
Kaleda
shred
bed.
from the leader of
I mean,
the Cutting
it's a
Hairs?
fine
Albeit the other parts of
start.
the kit are still relatively strong. So if you are on a budget, Nicole can still be a great use.
I would stray
But
away from them
unfortunately,
just because they're just
synergistic
less
with our
effective
new
in general.
Grandmaster
I
than we
wouldn't
thought.
strictly
On the other
use
side of
Ben
the coin, we'll need
Kaleda
to separate from Panya Fu
for,
this segment, because the
you know,
synergies with
Ben
those two
synergy
are
with
limited.
Kaleda. I'd probably
But
just use like a
we've got
Lucy.
Great alt DPS options such as
Yeah.
Miyabi for the pure reason
I'd probably just
that
use Lucy
they're
or some
just
shit like
really
that.
Strong. Trigger as an off-field stun and sub DPS unit.
Yeah.
Who can
My
also
day one
rank
team is Trigger
35%
Ashraf.
bonus
Yeah,
on
Trigger
gate
Ashraf is probably the
and will
best.
be a great anchor
But you
for
also
to
need
either
to
add a
rework
support or
Trigger.
run double DPS.
You need to rework Trigger here. So I'm going to talk about it hopefully a little bit, but Trigger wants to run the new set, the King of the Summit. Days increased by 6. When equipped her as a stun character and uses EX special or chain attack, she's never using chain, so just EX special. Increase crit damage of all squad members by 15% when the equipped crit rate is more than 50. Increase the crit damage by 15 more percent. Without using her signature as well, I guess. You can still use her signature. It's fine. But it's okay to use other signatures, right? Ideally, one of the better signatures is like Hellfire's. That's a really good one. You can also use the Restrain, which is okay as well. Yes. So again, it is based off of the style of build. But again, it doesn't mean that this is going to be Trigger's best in slot always, right? Shadow Harmony is still very good with the other characters, if that makes sense. So you're still okay overall to use Shadow Harmony, but then understand that, again, you won't get that additional core passive that utilizes the crit rate. So might as well just build her into a conventional impact character. How about Qingyi's signature? Qingyi's signature is okay as well. It's pretty solid. Yeah, it's pretty solid. Yeah. I would argue that it might even be better low key, but at the same time, like unless you have M1, you're not reaching the 30 threshold. If that makes sense. So like it's kind of hard to justify Qingyi's Wenjin, but it's still good. Yeah. Also, thanks Trey. I appreciate it, dude. Welcome in, man.
No string is attached, batteries not included. And yes, you might consider not having the additional passive a bad thing, but in my opinion, you can flex her into the new Summit set that provides crit damage to your assisted character, build her as a more conventional stun unit, and boom, synergy. Then we can even take a stab at Mono Ether with Astra Yao and Vivian. And with their skills and balloons being generally the only source of pure ether, and Yishen being able to disorder off of that with Or Ink, Mono Ether becomes extremely viable and one comp to look out for early on in 2.0, as we have somewhat limited options here. Yet Yishen's additional core ability, only asking for a stun, support, or defense character, the possibilities down the road will be endless, if they weren't solid enough. But since I only went through higher end options, let's quickly go through the budget options. Poker and Lucy are great.
Wouldn't Terrific be actually the best in slot for her because of the basic aftershock?
If you even just slot in on classic Ambi and Nicole, beginner duo here,
but I don't
find some
know how
success. And guess
fast you
what?
can get the
Talking
30
about being on a
stacks,
budget, if you
which
are
is
also really
why
working on
the
mono ice comp from
teapot was
Miyabi,
so
that
specific to
includes Lycon and
Qingyi
Sukaku,
because she
then
attacks so
guess
fast.
which two can work to proc ice fast for a nice Aura Ink disorder. Anti-synergy units are the following: Nicole, Rina, Qingyi, and attackers like Hugo, Soldier Zero, or Juyen, who need their own time to shine. At the end of the day, the concepts for building Yushen are that we want to focus on our damage with either.
And why is Lighter good with her too? Lighter gives a 3 stun duration extension. So you can run Yishen, Lighter, Lucy. Yeah, pretty damn strong. You get attack buff, you get, you know, strong daze generation. Granted, you won't get a fire damage bonus, but you can still use Lighter to get you pretty, you know, strong stun, right? He also stacks fast too, yes. Yeah. So, sure, it's not like the best buff, but like synergistically wise, like he actually works very well. Josh, Hellfire's gear works on Lycon, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Supplementing her with a sub DPS or making her a hyper carry, or potentially focusing on her flex option as a disorder unit and slotting in those teams that can make use of an ether adjacent element like mono ether teams or just a mixed disorder squad. And now to YIXUAN Showcase as we display to you the magnificence of our Grand Master. Because unlike the introduction to YIXUAN at the end of 1.7, she actually has expression. And her flow ain't just for show, because YIXUAN has great pre-stun and post-stun potential, using the pre-stun window to accumulate her technique points and set up for double ults. With that
So chat, I go through it in a little bit. We go back now to the kit. Remember the kit that we went through 30 minutes ago? That we spent 40 minutes on? This is where we apply it now.
let's go through the stages of a rotation for YIXUAN. First, the pre-stun. Here we will generally be
Okay. Pre-stun. Remember how I said you don't want to use basics? You want to use your specials. 3 tap EX special combo. Basic channel. To turn your adrenaline to technique points. Remember, pink to yellow. Remember that, chat. Remember, deep down, first thing I told you, pink to yellow. So you want to use your 3 EX special, you want to use your charge basic, you want to use the parries, yeah, everything to turn pink to yellow. Once you have yellow maxed out, you're ready for the stun window. And also you, let's say, you know, Summit Stunner, you also want to set up the EX special with, you know, your stunner character. You want to set up other abilities to buff pre-stun, whatever that may be, depending on what character and composition you have. Okay. But again, all you want to do with YIXUAN is prepare her with her technique ult at least. If you don't have Decibel ult, that's fine. But at least have technique ult, because there are variations where you can still do tons of damage without the ultimate. Excuse me, Decibel ultimate.
focusing on maintaining good damage flow by gaining adrenaline points from the dash channel, then going into her 3 combo special, basic hold channel to gain more technique points, or even parrying. The whole goal for YIXUAN is to get 100 technique points before the stun is started. Then most of YIXUAN's buffs can be procced off of EX specials or chains, such that we don't need to do much legwork within the stun to pop off. Utilize your other characters to set off the stun to start off with YIXUAN's chain. This will grant her 1 point of her signature weapon and 1 of 3 stacks for the Unicorn Tails drive discs. Then cancel the chain, swap to another unit to swim.
Yep, chat. Make sense? So you want to use chains to activate her drive disc. And if you have her signature, it activates her signature. Let's go through that again. Birdcage. ZZZ, Ching, Ming, Birdcage. What the fuck? What the where's the... Oh my god, they didn't add the ability yet. When Equipter launches EX special, the character gains Qingming comparison blah 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 with the EX. So again, this is stacked on to the... Wait, what? Oh, I wasn't talking about the... Fuck, I wasn't talking about Qingming Birdcage. I'm so tired, bro. I'm actually gaslighting myself, bro. Actually gaslighting myself. Don't mind me, chat.
Back to another YIXUAN chain again. This mechanic has been used by many hyper carry comps to maximize the damage of the stun window from units like Ellen, Evelyn,
Never mind.
and Hugo. After 2 stuns, we should be able to immediately pop the first
Chain, cancel, special with your next character, chain again. It's too early to be this confused, bro. Do you think Rupture is different enough to deserve a place with other DPSs? It is somewhat concerning that they would consider this its own DPS class amongst the attack, anomaly, and now Rupture. So we'll have to see, because there will be other characters that scale interrupture differently, if that makes sense. So like Pan Yi-Hu is an attack sheer force character. So other characters might not just use HP to convert into sheer force. So we'll have to be careful about that. Okay.
Technique based ult from YIXUAN. Immediately flow into dash hold and basic attack that will consume the orc ink point that you just gained.
It feels like
use the last
attack with extra fluff. Low-key, yes.
Should be your stun window. Yet there is an even more devious way to string these attacks together, and that's actually by front loading the ultimate. This will only be feasible more likely than not after your first stun rotation. Here we ult into stun, cancel.
Yeah, so essentially this is an offshoot alternative stun rotation where you actually initiate the stun with her ultimate. I do not suggest this, but it is viable as well. Yeah. How long is her technique ult? Her technique ult is like, bro, that shit takes like 3 seconds, and her big ultimate lasts like 4 seconds. Though that, bro, I'm telling you right now, chat. The reason why the rotation is so much shorter than other characters
Of the stun window from units like Ellen, Evelyn, and Hugo. After 2 stuns, we should be.
The reason why this shit looks so short. Sorry, chat. Let me move my head, my fat head. The reason why this looks really short, you chain, cancel, chain, technique ult, hold the dash, ultimate. The reason why that looks really short is because these 2 ultimates take so much time. They eat up so much time. So you can't even fit in another 3 EX special at the end, at the tail end, which if you have extra stun seconds, you can. Ooh, now you're seeing why Lighter actually does benefit, because even though he doesn't give buffs, it gives her an opportunity to deal more damage with her abilities. Ah. We love Lighter. We love Lighter. Lighter somehow manages to be beneficial for YIXUAN too. All right. And then this is the alt variation that takes away a chain. Of course, that takes out the damage, but can fit in a 3 EX special combo. So again, you are losing out on damage at M0.
In a last 3
from
EX
a potential full
As
rotation.
You can tell, a full rotation might almost be impossible, as the stun window is not long enough to accommodate YIXUAN's flash.
You could swap during one of her ults at one point, right? No.
Firstly is by trying out the rotation that cuts out.
You can't do anything during an ult.
Meaning we overall get less damage, which is tough. Then the other option is to extend the stun window with
you can't
Lighter,
buffer
or the new
an
more
ult.
expensive option is the Mindscape 2 of YIXUAN. These 3 seconds will be able to accommodate the strong Auric Ink special attack, and if you were to run the first rotation, the 3 EX special combo would actually fit within the window versus leak out for the last 2 attacks, like so. And talking about investments, it's time for the shareholders.
No, during the beta at one
of
point, thought I saw
Mindscapes.
something on it.
And one grants us 10% career rate, as mentioned in the build guide segment. As well,
There are some
as
things you can buffer, Ray.
20 technique points. When a squad member hits an enemy, we get a fun lightning strike that deals 50% of YIXUAN's sheer force and grants her 5 adrenaline.
Not her decibel
And
ultimate.
don't worry, this Mindcape isn't too OP, as you can only activate this every 6 seconds. It's actually really strong, and you should get this Mindscape. And then we have M2, which, as teased before in our combat section, can grant you an extra 3 seconds of.
Yep, M2 is me. I think M0. No. I'm going to bed. No worries, Panda. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're pretty much wrapped up here. But as you can see, triggering ultimate extends all enemy stun state by 3 seconds. Bro, that shit is broken. That means you can do the 3 EX special combo right after. So essentially, technique ult, dash hold, decibel ult, 3 EX special. M2 extends the stun duration, lowers the ether res, which is another part of the overall damage calculation. And then when you use an ultimate, the talisman ultimate in particular, you can use a special attack right after the dash. So what you want to do is dash hold, special, and buffer that with an ultimate. So you'll chain, cancel chain, technique ult, dash hold, special to use this M2, buffer with decibel ult, triple EX special.
Stun duration after using an ult. Once per stun window. We also get a 50%
Before 2.0.5, apparently talismans were swap cancelable. Unfortunately, they got rid of it. Yeah, I think it would be way too strong if it was, you know, possible to swap cancel. Also, I understand because it makes use of the M2.
You can also gain an additional ability called
yeah, now the M2 actually makes a little bit more sense. Because if you were able to buffer it, then you wouldn't need the M2 anyways.
Input after your basic or EX chain.
It's a little scummy, I get it. It is a little scummy.
Endless talisman suppression break that deals up to 1200% of sheer force. Holy guacamole. M3 and M5 are skill boosts, which for YIXUAN cannot go understated. M4 will grant the ultimate another perk to give YIXUAN a stack of tranquility up to a max of 2. Each stack will grant the next EX special Cloud Shaper, that's the EX special 1 and 3 out of the 3-step combo, an extra 30% damage.
Yeah, so remember the 3 steps. Wing is 1, the whoosh is 2, and then the bird is 3 for EX specials. 1 and 3 get a bonus of 30%, which is disgustingly strong. Is it crazy good? It is not broken by any means, but it is strong. It does increase your damage because she does a lot of EXs.
After using the ult, she needs Sky Shade. That's the decibel ult. While the effect is active, you can ignore the technique point requirement cost to launch the talisman suppression once more.
Yes, chat. So what you want to do here is essentially kind of like how Haramasa uses his ultimate during the rainbow stun portion. You will chain with YIXUAN, cancel, potentially hold. It depends on if you have an extra point or not. You could start off you can start off the whole window with the technique point and then use decibel. So how it would look like is this. And where's paint? So you can technique ult to start the window. You can use some other character's ability, right? Let's say Panyihu. Chain into Hujimo, what's it? Chain YIXUAN. Ult. Or, excuse me, dash channel. Because you'll cancel this. Decibel ult. Deci ult. Tech ult. Gotta cancel tech. Tech ult. 3 EX special. And then outside of this, because the decibel ult would buff this, you should use the dash channel outside the stun window. Dash channel. So Josh, does Rina and her pen work for this new class? No. No Rina. Do not use Rina. You can still use Rina for the other unit, if that makes sense. So let's say you have YIXUAN, Yanagi, and Rina. I don't know why you use that team, but you could use the pen for Yanagi. So, yeah. Rupture's already 100% defense ignore built in, correct. Again, remember, it's defense stats, not overall defense. It is not true damage. So, elemental res and other factors still get input in the total defense of an enemy. So all ruptures are going to be bad with defense reduction or pen? Correct. Because they just won't use it. It's not that they'll be bad, it's just that they won't use it. So what's the point? So basically, it renders their buff mute. Does she have crazy iframes? Yes. And she has the parry, which you should be using the parry to gain you adrenaline points, Panda, as we went over in the earlier section of the guide. It's a dead stat, correct? Doesn't mean it's bad, it's just that it's a dead stat.
AKA, you can use a technique ult, decibel ult, then technique ult again. This effect can only be gained once per 30 seconds.
Yeah, hopefully that makes sense,
M2
chat.
will not allow for an additional 3 seconds. Remember, only one extension per stun window, but the damage will be massive.
Dude,
and in addition,
my
when
allergies
in
are going
medication
crazy,
state,
chat. I
which
gotta
is the
take some
core bonus
allergy
that gives
medication.
you 40% crit damage. We also gain
Does sheer appear on the main stat? It's kind of irks me that elemental damage doesn't. Yes. So sheer force takes the position of pen. So wherever pen was in the main stats section, it'll be sheer force.
Gameplay of Yixuan, but if you are looking to vertically invest, you will not be disappointed with any level. My suggestions are definitely W engine first, then M1 and M2 as the higher jumps in character potential. And that finally wraps up our 1,000-page dissertation on Yixuan.
Yay, I did it.
But I suggest you guys go back to these timestamps.
We did it,
to
chat.
review
We did
the
it.
kit breakdowns, and these timestamps.
Make sure you guys like the video. W video, right guys? W vid. Oh my god. That was a lot to take in. All I'll remember is Inkbird. God damn it, remote. Make sure you guys go comment, please. Go rewatch the video tomorrow morning, right before we have our stream tomorrow. I would really appreciate it. I'm gonna get Yixuan, gonna replay this video a bunch of times. Yeah. And then go practice. Yeah. Job, Josh. Thanks, guys. It took a lot of work and even more work to do advanced, excuse me, calculations. So look forward to that shit. Chill. All right. Yeah, man. That's pretty much it for today. I don't think I need to do anything else. Just because, again, I only came on to promote the video. So thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate you guys. And keep sharing out the new video. All right. Let's see where it is. Yixuan guide. Let's see if it jumps up a little bit, chat. Okay, that's the top 4. 5 people also watched. Okay, one of mine has to be like a new video selection. Previously watched. Oh, is mine under previously watched? That's why. Oh, okay. Number 3 on my search. Big Pog, chat, Big Pog. Let's go. I'm number 3, guys. That's crazy. Let's go to analytics. The fit? The fit? Okay. Wait, that's 700 views? What the fuck? Oh, because it probably didn't factor in like full, like probably these are clicks and views, right? Yeah. Okay, so we actually have more views than actually is registered because those are like most likely like finished views. So that's not bad. You know, 700 is not bad. Hey, we're chilling, baby. All right, what number is this? Let's see. Is it like 2 out of 10? It's a 2 out of 10 video. Okay. Let's freaking cook, baby. Make sure you guys go share it out. Please go share it out. All right. Early access Yixuan is here, baby. Oh yeah. Is it top of the list? No, for sure. That's probably why too. Yeah. Hugo in cuck chair is peak. I'm glad you got something out of it. Yeah. I'm glad you guys got something out of it. All right. That's it for stream today. What do I do for the giveaway on Twitch again? You join Twitch and you gain channel points, chat. Those channel points will be used to get a ticket called the community 2.0 raffle whatever ticket in the channel points on Twitch. So if you guys are on YouTube, that's how you get the ticket. Just like Aichi, just like what Aichi just did and redeemed. I don't know if you guys can see that, but they redeemed the Community 2.0 anniversary raffle ticket. Yes, that's the exact raffle ticket. Gabe also did it. Great job, guys. All right. We pulled the raffle June 6th. Correct. Correct. Actually, it might be the day after. K Chandra. It might be the day after. So we will stream the release, but the raffle will happen the morning after. The morning stream after. If that makes sense. Yeah. So make sure you guys go get your tickets. $100 for Twitch. $100 for YouTube for when we finish the guide prep series. We have episode 3 coming out on Monday. Episode 4 comes out maybe Wednesday, and then the last episode comes out at the end of the week. So all 5 should be ready for you guys. And then you guys will enter in the puzzle code word.
Weary traveler from afar.
Bada bing, bada boom. What's the release time? The hell if I know, bro. I'll be honest. I straight up don't know. It's probably the same time, like for Pacific Standard Time, it's like 7 or 8 Pacific Standard Time. Yeah. Hi, Zenon. How are you doing today? I'm fucking tired. I streamed 6 hours before this and then haven't taken a break except for my nap break, and then had to edit the YIXUAN guide video, which is doing pretty damn good. Also, thanks for sweet. Hey, I appreciate it. Make sure you guys go like, go comment. I'm going to reply to all the comments right now. Please. And any support for the video really helps to push it in the algorithm. That's what we want, chat. We want these videos to get pushed into the algorithm. So the more you guys like, the more you guys like share it out, the more it helps to, you know, get us off the ground. Yeah. Go sleep. I am so fucking tired. So, yeah, I have some stuff to work on because I have to edit. Guess what? I'm not done. I still have to edit my my shorts for tomorrow. I'm gonna release all the infographics tomorrow morning. I'm sure my SEO or farming comment is working. Sure, of course it is. Yep. Yeah, 100% is. Good with me. Honestly, the videos that you have SEO'd have done well. So, you know, I wouldn't dare say to stop.
Welcome, weary traveler from afar.
Also, thank you guys so much for the follows. I really do appreciate it. If you guys are relatively new to the stream, again, my name is Josh. It's great serving you guys up a nice platter of YIXUAN early access guide. I'm so excited for this. I hope you guys are too. And next stream is tomorrow morning. We'll have a regular stream. Okay. Do we raid? Fuck, man. It's 11. Like, who the fuck is on? Like, actually, who's on? I don't think anybody's fucking on. Like, we got like the generic degen streamers. Dude, I'm so proud of us. Like, how many viewers do we have, chat? I mean, like yo, 104? Yo, 104? Dude, that's 104? Awesome. 104 for an evening stream is crazy, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for showing up and showing out, man. Fuck yeah, dude. It's 2 a.m. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty. Am I the top of the category? That's crazy. That is crazy. But make sure to tune in tomorrow, chat. More raffles, more fun. We're gonna do account reviews tomorrow, so please check in for that if you guys want account reviews. Yeah, that's about it, bruh. That's about it, brother. Finally found teams that worked. Nice, Ace. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. It's morning for EU. Fuck, man. This person's literally watching a Jester video. That's crazy. Yo, I should tell him, hey, you should go watch that Jshoea guy. He's pretty good too. Do not harass other people, by the way. Don't harass people to watch my video. Yo, go say hi to Sweetly. Yeah, shit. Yeah, sure. All right, chat. If you guys lose out on the raid, you guys can go to this person. Oh shit. Did that work? No, it didn't. Hold up. At Sweetly. Did this work? Yeah. Okay. If you guys missed the raid, you guys can go to Sweetly there, because I heard from the mods just earlier that you guys got left behind. So thank you guys so much. Go say hi to Sweetly. They're playing Honky Starbucks. All right. Very, very sweet creator. Shout out to them. All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm so fucking tired. Bye. Go spread the good word. The good word of YIXUAN. Everybody, goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye, adios. Goodbye, YouTube. Goodbye. Goodbye, Twitch. Much love. Goodbye.